This is my Martin 0028 VS. The model doesn't come with a pickguard, but since I do some strumming now and then, I was concerned about scratching my $5,000 guitar, so I put this El Cheapo pickguard on it just to protect it until I could get something better. I picked up a clear pickguard that I'm going to put on this guitar, but first I have to take the old one off. So what I'm doing here is I'm using a hairdryer, and at first I was using a feeler gauge to get under the edge of the pickguard, and then once I had an edge, I used a credit card and then my pliers. I've sped this video up because it does take a little bit of patience, but just keep directing the heat at the underside of the pickguard, and the glue starts to melt a little bit. It does burn your fingers if you get too close, so I just kept tugging at it, and it finally came loose. As you see, it pops away here fairly easily. All in all, it took about, 5 minutes to get that off. And there's the old pickguard. It leaves behind a little bit of residue, so I use roncinol, which is mostly naphtha, and naphtha has no effect on the finish of the guitar. So you can feel on the top of the guitar where there's little glue deposits left behind. And so a Kleenex and some roncinol, it should get that off and clean it up and get it ready for the new pickguard. There were still a few little deposits of glue on the top, so I did have to pour a little bit right on the surface of the guitar and just rub it around a little bit, but it comes right up, and the guitar ends up as good as new when it came out of the box. I haven't had it long enough and haven't had it out in the sun or anything like that, so there are no tan lines from this pickguard that I have. And the new pickguard being clear should preserve the classic look of the 0028 12 fret. And we clean it up. And there you go. Just as easy as that. Clean as a whistle. And next I'll tack on a video of putting the clear pickguard on. Okay, here we are the next day. I've removed the strings and put an old t-shirt here inside the sound hole because I'm going to be using some water to help seat this pickguard. I've got a cup of water with some dishwashing soap in it, a couple drops, and a little syringe, and I'm going to fit the pickguard to where I want it to be. Make sure the surface is nice and clean before you do this, and just cleaning up any edges on the edge of the pickguard or any lint or anything like that. And I'm going to fit it exactly where I want it. I've already done this a couple of times, so I know the rings that I want to set it on. And once I have it where I want it, I'm going to take a bit of masking tape, and I'm going to place it on the squarest hinge, the straightest edge, which I think is here, and it's going to make a hinge I'm using low stick masking tape here so I don't mar the surface of the guitar. You'll notice that now that I can pick up the pickguard like a little door, and when I drop it down, it'll drop exactly in the place I want it. So now I'm going to squirt a little bit of this water soap solution around the top of the guitar. There, I squirted it right inside the sound hole. Look at that. Spread it around a bit. And then, because the water is a non-compressible substance, when I get this backing layer off, it takes a bit of doing. Once that's off, there we go. I can lay this down slowly from this edge to the other edge, and the water will sort of wick to the edges and push out any air bubbles. The thing with a clear pickguard is that you can see any of the air bubbles if you don't do this with water. A solid pickguard, of course, you won't be able to see that, or even a tortoiseshell see-through, you won't be able to see it that much. I've sped this up so you don't have to see it. But now I'm just pushing all the water out to the edge and mopping it up with a Kleenex. And now that it's all pushed out to the edge, I can take off the protective film. And because this hasn't actually set properly yet, it'll set in a couple of days probably. I'm peeling it very slowly and very carefully so I don't pull the pickguard up. So I'm pulling it at sort of parallel to the top of the guitar. Because if I pulled it straight up, it might pull the pickguard right off. Now, there's still some water under that pickguard, but it will be absorbed by the finish and sort of evaporate over the next couple of days and just leave the glue in place. And there we go. Give it a quick wipe, check it out. I don't see any air bubbles at all. And take a look at that. Completely clear. I like it. I like it better than the tortoiseshell that I took off. It'll protect my guitar and still maintain the original look of the 00028 VS. Get my t-shirt back. There's a lot of t-shirt in there. But I'm glad I had it in there because I did squirt some water in there. We don't want any water damage inside the guitar. And we're done.